Hello dear students, how are you all? I hope you are doing great at home. So today we are going to start new chapter in history, that is chapter 2, Socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. Last chapter which we have done in history was French Revolution. You will see this chapter under the shade of French Revolution. It will have few effects of French Revolution. Okay, as French Revolution was basically regarding the rights, right? People were fighting for equal rights. You can say people of second, third estate, right? Middle class, then women. They were all fighting for equal rights, equal political rights. So basically, the revolution was for three ideals: liberty, fraternity, and equality, right? Here in this revolution, major focus will be upon the workers and the peasants, okay, and more than peasants also workers, okay, so that they will be fighting for actually what was the scene in Russia. Just we will take one outlook, that basically workers working in industries, they were facing a lot of problems regarding their wages. Their wages were very less, okay, and their working conditions were very bad. They had to work in bad conditions, and also they had to work for long hours, okay. Means right now as it is at that no, not more than 8 hours, no one can be forced, right? If willingly we can do overtime and all, but there workers were forced to work for long hours. It was sometimes 12, 15 hours also. They couldn't get proper time to rest, sleep, etc. So we will see this revolution was basically led by the workers and peasants, etc. Okay, so whole focus on the chapter, again and again different revolutions will be coming. Every time it will be on these three demands. You must fix in your mind: first, low wages of the workers; then second, bad working conditions; and third, it was against long working hours. Okay, so we will be focusing on that. Now let us start with the introductory part of the chapter. Here we will just see that before the Russian Revolution, what was the scene in Europe? Okay, so now after French Revolution took place, it was the age of social change in Europe. Other countries also got affected because of French Revolution, okay, as neighboring countries, and not only neighboring but entire world, okay, people got influence from French Revolution. Wherever there were colonial rules, or the monarchy rules, where people were not given equal rights, they also started protesting for their rights, and Jacobin clubs were formed in other countries also, as same it was formed in France, right? So many social changes were taking place in Europe in the 18th century, as French Revolution took place in 18th century, right? If you remember 1789, okay. So after that, many social changes were taking place. The French Revolution inspired the people with the ideals of liberty, equality, and justice. Okay, French Revolution inspired people all over world regarding these three ideals. Many people had different views about how the government should work and about the rights of people. So now people all over world, they did not have the same views that what kind of government they should have in their country. Okay, they had different views. Few will say that everyone should be given right to choose the representatives as it happens in democracy. We will say no, not everyone should be given right to choose. And very selected people should be given. Then if you may say women should have, you may say women should not have right to vote, or few may say that no, we don't need representatives, it should be king or emperor, or that monarchy system only, or few may favor dictatorship. Okay, so in such way everyone had their different point of view regarding what kind of government should be there in their country, and what should be the rights of people. Okay, while some people wanted the establishment of democratic principles, the others supported the monarchical form of government. Now, few people we will see, different section of people, they thought that we must have democratic government which is based on the democratic principles, but others they supported monarchical form of government. Okay, so here in this section we will be studying these people only basically. that we will categorize them, as here we are saying in general that people had different ideas regarding what kind of government should be there. So now here we will categorize them, that how you can categorize them. For example, we say that there are, when we study natural resources, there are so many natural resources, then we classify them, right? Then on the basis of origin, biotic or biotic, this is this, okay? So in here also we will categorize them, that who had these views, who had these views, and what do we call them. So let us do this. Now before we start with that, in French Revolution, when we were studying, there the last topic was, in conclusion, we studied the legacy of French Revolution. Okay, so in the legacy of French Revolution, there was one more point that, that people all over the world, that intelligentsia or those literate people, they got affected when they studied about French Revolution. So same in India, Raja Ram Mohan Roy, he was the one. French Revolution gives ideas to the world like equality, liberty and fraternity. Raja Ram Mohan Roy and Rousseau explained the significance of French Revolution in India to the elite classes. So these both persons, they explained the idea of French Revolution to the elite. Elite means the high classes, that it can be, especially Raja Ram Mohan Roy, he was from West Bengal. Okay, so West Bengal that time, it was the state which was basically more in the favor of spreading Western ideas or Western education. Okay, means people were more literate there. So to those classes, they explained the idea of French Revolution, okay, to establish same equality, fraternity and liberty in India also. So this is about the influence of French Revolution. Now we will see that when we said that people had a different idea that how the government should be formed in their country, so we will now categorize those ideas. Okay, first idea which we have categorized under the liberals. Now let us see who were liberals. Now children, now make sure that you jot down the notes whenever you are watching this video, okay, because we will be categorizing. I will show you, just overlook here, radicals also, then also conservatives. Okay, so we will categorize them into three categories. If now 1 mark question can be asked, that who were liberals, what were the views of liberals or radicals or conservatives, or it can be 3 mark question also. Okay, that write the viewpoints of liberals, conservatives and radicals, or it can be distinguish between the liberals and radicals and all. Okay, so I have jotted 3 points for each category, so you must jot down all in your notebooks. Now let us start with liberals. They wanted a change in society. They wanted nations to be tolerant to all religions. Now what change they wanted in society? That nations should be tolerant to all religions. It means they wanted secularism, or you can say they wanted, those days when there was monarchy form of government, the religion of the monarch was propagated, it was professed, or you can say the monarchs were mostly intolerant towards other religions. Okay, they did not want people to follow any other religion than theirs. So these people, their first idea was that nations should be tolerant to all religions. In one country there can be people of different religions, and government should not have any discriminatory policy against other religions. Okay, so second, they believed in safeguarding the rights of people against the government. They also argued for elected parliamentarian government. Now, safeguarding the rights of people against the government. Now, what is the meaning of against government? Against government means sometimes governments, they become very exploitative, okay, for the benefit of the people, those who are working, officials or the kings, etc., or the, ministers, etc., for their profit, or you can say for their, greed and all, they exploit people. Okay, so liberals wanted that people should have safeguarding rights against such steps of the government. Okay, that none of the government should be able to take away these rights of the citizens. Okay, so these rights should be safeguarded. There should be something to protect the rights of people. And also they wanted for elected parliamentarian government. Okay, So it means they did not want monarchies to exist anymore. They wanted a government which was a parliamentary form of government. Parliamentary form means where people choose their representatives, where there are two heads of the nation. One is elected head, head of the entire nation, then one is the head of government, right? So they wanted such government to exist. I hope these 2 points are clear. First, tolerance to all the religions. Second, safeguarding the rights of citizens against government. And elected parliamentary government. Third, now this point is very important. The liberals, however, were not Democrats, as it did not favor the principle of universal adult franchise. They were in the favor of voting only by men and propertied class. Now this question comes in exam, that why, for 1 mark, that why the liberals cannot be called Democrats. Now if you study the first 2 points which we have seen as the views of liberals, you may call them Democrats, but after studying the third point, you will say that liberals were not Democrats. Why? Because they did not favor universal adult franchise. This principle of democracy is very important. They did not favor that. According to them, right to vote was not to be given everyone. It was to be given only to men and the propertied class. Okay, means those without property, they should not be given right to vote. Okay, because of this, we don't call them Democrats. I hope all three viewpoints of liberals are clear to you now. So now whenever we say liberals, idea should click in your mind. First, against, they were in the favor of tolerance to all the religions. Second, safeguard of rights of citizens against government and elected parliamentary form of government. Third is against universal adult franchise, which is why we cannot call them Democrats. Okay. Now we will study radicals, as their name only suggests radicals. They wanted radical changes in the society, or you can say radicals means revolutionaries also you can call. So now the radicals wanted the government duly elected by the majority of the country's population. Okay, so they wanted a government which was elected by the majority of country's population. Okay, means whichever party or the minister or leader gets majority of the votes from people, they should form the government. Okay, so they wanted elected form of government. Many radicals supported women's suffragette movement to achieve voting rights. Now, not all. So here was controversy. Few radicals, they were against women's right to vote, but many of them, they supported women's movement. Women's movement means women, they had launched many movements to get equal voting rights or equal political rights. So many of the radicals, they supported those movements of women to achieve the voting rights. Okay, but many did not. So here also there was this controversy that women should be given right to vote or women should not be given right to vote. Third, they opposed the privileges enjoyed by the landowners and wealthy factory owners. As I said that this chapter will be focusing on the rights of workers. So here radicals were against the privileges. Privileges means special rights enjoyed by the landowners, means peasants would be against the landowners, and wealthy factory owners, the workers against the factory owners. Because landowners, they were used to exploit the peasants, asking more and more revenue, right, exploiting them, and at the same time wealthy factory owners, they were used to exploit their workers, giving them very less wages, forcing them to work for more hours in bad conditions. Okay, so radicals were against these privileges enjoyed by the landowners and wealthy factory owners. Then they were not against the notion of private property, but they were against the concentration of money in the hands of few sections of society. Now this idea also will prevail in the chapter as the name of private property. Private property, the word is actually very simple. Private property, when you have something, which has, where you have private ownership, which no one else can own or use, right? It can use, but with your permission, right? as we have our home, it is our private property, right? No one else can, push us out of our homes, right? Whatever we own in our home or where else we can buy properties. So the concept of private property also will prevail in this chapter. It is also very important. We will see later. So these radicals, they were not against private property. Okay, they said yes, people must have private property, but they were against the idea of concentration of money in the hands of few sections of society. Actually, this only happens in all the societies, that money is concentrated in few hands. Okay, and others, those who don't have money, they are always on the, you can say, that on these people, that whether they will have mercy on us, right? They are always exploited by the ones, those who have money. Okay, so they radicals were against this, that people should have, equal, if not equal also, then there should be fair distribution of money or wealth or the source of production. Okay, so that, there is no such word as exploitation. I hope the radicals are also clear to you. They were, first point we have seen regarding radicals, that they wanted society which was tolerant to, they wanted a government which was elected by the majority of country's population. Second, they supported women movements, but many did not. Then they opposed the privileges enjoyed by the landowners and factory owners. They were against private property. They were not against private property, but they wanted that concentration of wealth should not be in few hands. Okay. Now we will see the third category. It is called the conservatives. Now conservatives, as a name also, again it will suggest you, conservative means someone who believes in the old institutions, old methods, right? Traditionally, right? So the conservatives opposed the views of and ideologies of the liberals and radicals. Now they did not believe in any of the ideology, neither liberals nor radicals. They believed in the privileges enjoyed by the nobility and wealthy class. However, after French Revolution, conservatives believed in bringing changes at a slow pace in society. Now these conservatives, as I said, they believed in the old system only. So they believed that privileges which were enjoyed by nobility and the wealthy classes, nobility means all those people, those who have good positions in the court of king or in the administration, okay, and the wealthy class, okay, they should have, they believed that it is all fair to give them privileges. They were not against that those privileges enjoyed by the nobility and the wealthy classes. But after French Revolution, so now here you have to focus. After French Revolution, their ideas started changing. Now they started to believe that yes, change was very inevitable, change was necessary in society, but at the same time they said change should be at a slow pace, with slow speed, means it should not happen, suddenly there is revolution, from monarchy we have got to democratic form of government or any other, right? So they said that change should be very slow, and so the conservatives believe that past should be respected and changes in society should be made gradually. So if we are shifting in political system or the society, whatever, so at the same time we must not forget our past. We must respect past. Okay, this also you remember. The conservatives said that past should be respected. We must not condemn our past. At the same time, we must, the changes in the society should be made gradually. Okay, means same with a slow process. Okay, it should not be sudden change or it should not be revolution, but changes should be brought gradually in society. Okay, so these were the three categories of people which emerged after the French Revolution. Okay, we have categorized like this: the liberals, radicals, and conservatives. Okay, I hope all these are clear to you. If you have any doubt, please let me know in the comment section. We will see in the next video from the industries and the society how it affected. So take care till the time. Thank you for watching.